So this is a review of the variety Nam Doc Mai number 4. I am in December right now. This is like the end of the first week of December. So this fruit right here is yellow, but most of the times Nam Doc Mai number 4 remains as a green skin mango even though it's ripe. So this one did turn yellow, but I would say out of my tree, usually if I let the fruits mature, maybe about 10 or 15% of the fruits, the skin turn yellow, but most of the time they all remain green and ripe and soft. So Nam Doc Mai number 4. Go ahead and cut into this and see how it looks. Really nice deep yellow color to this. And the fruit itself, it doesn't have like any kind of strong aroma or anything to it. Kind of like many of the Thai varieties. It's not really that kind of strong aroma that you kind of get with like some of the classic Florida variety of mangoes or some of the Indian mango varieties. So I am going to go ahead and taste test this. Let's see, kind of just to show everybody how this looks like. It's the Nam Doc Mai number 4. Very sweet, kind of honey forward flavors. Unfortunately, the skin on the Nam Doc Mai is not very pleasant. It's very astringent, so even like scraping the skin, it's a lot more. It's pretty astringent itself. So because of that, I am going to be cutting the skin on this a bit. And here you go. Cut off the skin on that. So very sweet. Tastes like, I would say, honey and like notes of like flour and floral components of it. The texture is much more firmer than most mango, and it's like there's absolutely completely no fibers at all. So very good, very nice to eat. I'm gonna go ahead and just kind of probably finish most of this. Yeah. And it's a nice firm flesh. A lot of Thai varieties, they have a flesh texture that's, I would say, it's a little bit more different than the Florida or the Indian varieties of mangoes. The flesh texture, it's kind of more of this kind of a, how would I describe it? It's like almost like a firmness to it that's like almost gelatinous, but not in a bad way. It's like a very firm kind of texture. It doesn't really, like when you bite into it, doesn't like really break apart, I guess. I guess that's how I would describe it. But it's very soft, but it just does not like kind of break apart in your mouth when you're chewing it. So that's how the Nam Doc Mai is to me. It has like a nice little floral finish at the end. My Nam Doc Mai is like sweet honey, but mine's never been like sweet, like, you know, I've never measured the bricks on it, but it has never to me been like that high. But it has just a lot of sweetness to it, just never like intensely sweet, if I could kind of say it that way. And here's the seed. It's a very thin seed. And we'll go ahead and finish this. It's a very easy eating kind of mango. So firm texture, it doesn't really like kind of break apart in your mouth. It's not like what I call juicy too. It's not like a juicy mango where it's like get juice everywhere. So that's it. That's my review of Nam Doc Mai number 4. It's a good mango. I mean, it's not that complex. Very kind of one-dimensional in taste. Lots of kind of honey aspects to it. You know, kind of like honey that where you kind of taste a bit of those. I guess you call it like flower nectars and so forth. It's kind of like honey that you knew that came from. Kind of like, you know, natural kind of tasting sweetness to it. It finishes off with a floral component but nothing too strong. Very kind of, you know, light kind of floral notes to it. Floral notes that kind of reminds you of something that came from honey. So definitely not the same floral notes as some of the Indian varieties of mangoes, which is a lot different. And that's it. Very thin seed. You get lots of flesh from this variety. It's a good variety. I don't really eat it much ripe usually. Usually I eat most of these green and sour with, you know, dipping sauces and spices and so forth like that. I don't really eat it too often ripe, but it is a good ripe mango. Alright, thanks for checking out this review on Nam Doc Mai number 4.